Are you guys familiar with the hot, crazy matrix? Is this something that anybody's familiar with? Please tell me, Kai, that we're able to play this video.
This. A guy I went on a date with
yes.
who ghosted me posted this graphic.
Okay. Are we allowed to play this, Kai? We are? So listen, there's something called the hot, crazy matrix. And this is
so funny.
We're going to back into we're going to use this as a template, as a case example. This isn't it. It's a dude on a blackboard.
With like dates, unicorn.
You're going to have to put it into YouTube. While we're pulling that up, basically this professor-looking dude goes on and gives a speech about how all women are some type of crazy.
And hot.
And there's a matrix with this. So the hot, crazy, what are we allowed to play here?
The gun.
We'll start the video.
Okay, so fast forward to about 4 minutes in.
This is a real professor.
Yes.
Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart. So what you have to do is, over time, collect some data. And once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone.
Now this is Valuetainment.
This is what's going on here, guys.
You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time.
Is he the man that collected this research?
He's the researcher here.
Definitely.
We're going to listen for about 20 more seconds and we'll get to the point. Can we play it in 2x speed or?
And between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone. Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after. You want to be 5 to 7 crazy, above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay? Now, below 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist.
Okay. Thank you. Boom. And they say if you find this unicorn, you capture her and you do research on this unicorn. That's basically where it is. So essentially, there's a formula to women. This is allegedly, I'd love to get your women's feedback on this. And essentially, can we just back up so we don't see him covering the screen? No, I'm saying, so you see the matrix. On the left side of the screen is the crazy. And it basically, just so I can see the screen, Kai. Yeah. So on the bottom, 0 through 10, we're all familiar with how men tend to judge women, 0 through 10. 10 being the hottest out there, 1 being like, dude, don't go anywhere near there.
So anyone under a 5 in hotness is just don't even.
Well, that's correct.
For all men.
And then he basically, is it possible, he starts the crazy at, I believe, a 4. There it is. He starts the crazy at a 4, meaning like there's no women who are just like a little crazy. There's medium crazy, a lot crazy, or the craziest, and then there's hot. And then he breaks this all down. I'm going to circle back to this. Amber Heard, beautiful girl. Can we pull up an image of her?
Yeah.
Based on what you've seen from her and her actions, where is she on the hot, crazy
Before we
matrix?
even get to comment on the scale, we got to talk about where she belongs.
Well, that's going to initiate the hot, crazy conversation.
First, I want to say one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
This is driving me insane.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This guy, you don't want someone that's not crazy. Like, being crazy is it's a misconception about what it means to be crazy. Being crazy means that you are relatable, that you can experience, that you've experienced life. There's a difference between manageable crazy and unmanageable crazy. Maybe, Amber Heard is crazy, but maybe she can get her shit together, okay? Maybe in a few years, she's going to be the dream woman. You don't know.
Huh.
I don't like this idea that you want someone who's not crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. But I don't like this idea that you don't want a crazy, because crazy is not always a bad thing.
Why is crazy a good thing sometimes?
Because it means that you're a real person and you've experienced life and you get it.
So if
and
you're
men are fucking crazy, so you're gonna want someone that gets you.
Got it. All right. So are you the crazy person in the relationship, or is the guy the crazy person, Or are your relationships like, let's get fucking crazy together?
It varies. However, I remain to be expressive.
What does that mean?
Crazy.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very beautiful, talented woman who's willing to admit that she is full on crazy, but she's embracing the crazy. She's not running from it.
The thing that it's just, I don't think the perfect woman is just a fucking robot. And that's what this guy is implying. And I don't like that.
Oh, I believe he implied that it was a unicorn, not a robot.
A unicorn,
Okay.
but it's like she's a 10 and she's like just like a, you know.
So all women are a little bit of crazy, and the crazy. Okay,
Crazy is not even the right word.
Listen, Natalie.
Yes.
Amber is not shaking her head here. I've known Amber for probably 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. She hasn't been that crazy. I don't know. She's about to reveal something. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think again, what is crazy? I am somebody who's fun loving. I travel solo. I enjoy life. I do believe I have like a healthy perspective, and I don't think I'm manipulative. That's why I don't have any crazy exes, and all my relationships are pretty healthy. I don't think all women have to be crazy to the point of hurting people. I think there's crazy, and there's a crazy that hurts yourself or hurts others.
Yeah.
Like what is mentally unstable? And again, there are people, maybe I've been a pretty normal, healthy person, but if there's a guy who comes along that stimulates something in me that makes me a certain way, then where do I appear on the scale? Like that's the whole situation here. This was a bad combination of people.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to also get into the man who has created the chart, who is below a 6, who is crazy himself to be making such a disgusting ass motherfucking video.
Okay.
Who I'd say is a 10 out of 10 crazy and a 0 out of 10 hot.
But it's the confidence, and that's what men have always, no matter where they are on the scale of attractiveness. They have this guy is not doing this ironically. He is confidently putting this out there to the world. He didn't think, I wonder how people are going to take this about me. No, he had no fucking issue with it.
We're going to come back to this chart because there's a cliffhanger that I've left off, but we'll get there.
Ooh.
Manny, what's your sentiment on the Amber Heard, the hot crazy matrix, and what these lovely ladies have had to
I like how
say?
you got the yin and yang of female craziness here,
Yeah.
the good and the bad. They
Yeah.
both embraced their position. I agree. I think that this is very subjective. I think what you find hot and what you find crazy is on the eye of the beholder. Some people want crazy, and some people don't want crazy. You and I, valuing our time, we don't like crazy in our life, right? At least I don't think so.
Not for long term.
Oh, right. Of course.
Short term,
You're not going to
you know.
invest in crazy.
Well, that's essentially what he says, that you can have a fun zone.
right.
But this isn't who you're marrying.
Yeah, I'm at the age where I just don't have tolerance for crazy or some sort of weird communication in the dating life. And at the same time, I'm also humble enough to see that I might be the problem because I might be robotic in my approach in dating. But I've seen a lot of crazy behaviors, and I can see the red flags from a mile away.
Yeah.
And I just save myself so much time just reading them.
Good for you.
So that's my take on this. And I think he did do it ironically. I think he's...
Kai,
he's
go to
just
the
really
last
good
like
at
2
keeping a
minutes. I'll
straight
tell you when
face.
to start it.
Can
but
I
just
say
to
one
tee that
thing?
up. Yeah, yeah.
There is a very famous saying, and it is that crazy women are good in bed.
Yes.
So I just want you guys to sit with that before you reject all crazy women, because we're fucking awesome.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Way to go. Here's what I said. Relationships in general, I think, just drive people crazy. So, like, I'll give you a case example. One of my longest relationships, a girl who I happened to marry for a few years, she was very normal. We met nightlife, partying, live. If you've ever been to South Beach, we met in the club. It was a very, alcohol-infused, fun-loving relationship. But she wasn't crazy. It was fun. It was full-on fun. But over time, when you start living with somebody, you can tend to drive each other crazy. And I remember one time we got in a crazy fight. I couldn't even tell you what it was about. And she's like, I'm going to fucking kill myself. I was like, whoa. And she started taking pills, like a handful of pills, to show me how crazy I'm so in love with you, I'm going to kill me. Like, I was like, you are acting crazy. She didn't die. She's good. We're actually friends now. We're good. And we can joke about it now. But in the moment, this girl was so in the moment crazy, she was willing to fucking kill herself with pills, because in that moment, it was the most consuming, crazy thing going on in her life. now, peeling the onion, walking it back, we can be like, hey, babe, remember that whole fucking, that was nuts. Da, da, da. But in the moment, things can be very crazy. It's so ironic with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. They're very calm and collective, and he's like, yes, I do remember she did, we got some fights. But that's looking back in hindsight years later. But in the moment, in the household, in the bathroom, they were fucking screaming, yelling, throwing, like, that's what relationships do to people. So I don't think it's like women are crazy and guys are sane or guys are nuts. It's two people coexisting in a relationship. That shit can drive you crazy.